Hey friends, how are you guys doing today? I hope you're doing so well. I am so excited to be with you guys today and to share 5 tips to help you be more efficient selling on Poshmark, which will increase your Poshmark sales. Because we all know if you're more efficient, you can have more things listed, you can do things better, and you'll make more money. So I'm going to share with you guys some of my tips. I am a part-time reseller on Poshmark, almost a full-time reseller. It's kind of hard to classify myself because I do a lot of thrifting and listing and sharing and all of those good things, but I also work part-time at a local nonprofit here in my area that's out of my church. So I do things with them, but I also do a lot more for this. So I'm not really sure, but from my, a couple years of experience of selling on Poshmark, I do have some tips I've accumulated and I want to share them with you guys here today. So let's jump into 5 different tips that will help you be more efficient selling on Poshmark. So my husband and I sell about $2,000 worth of inventory each month on Poshmark. And a lot of those items that we resell, we actually get from the Goodwill outlet, the Goodwill bins. So our cost is really low to find items for our inventory, and then we sell things at a good margin. So that's how we're able to keep our profits really high. So even though we're only selling like about $2,000 of merchandise, we still have about $1,600 of profit each month from our reselling on Poshmark, which is absolutely amazing. If you guys don't know what Poshmark is, then go ahead and Google it, but it's basically an online thrift store where people can resell their items. If you are not already on Poshmark and you would like to be, I have a code, I'll put it up here on the screen, but if you use that code when you sign up for Poshmark, you get $10 off your first purchase, and I also get a $10 credit, which is how I actually bought this Madewell top off of Poshmark. So one of my subscribers actually used my code, so thank you so much. But Poshmark is a great tool to just get rid of things that you have in your closet, and I absolutely love selling on it, so I highly suggest it. But our first tip to help you be more efficient selling on Poshmark is to share using your computer instead of your phone. So when it comes to Poshmark, things that are listed more recently are what is going to appear higher up on your search results. So if you list something on Poshmark right now, let's say you list a Madewell top on Poshmark. Now, it is going to be at the very top of those search results if somebody is looking for Madewell top, but it won't stay there very long. It'll get pushed down until people are gonna have a hard time finding it unless they're using very specific keywords to look for your item. So that's why we reshare things over and over. When you hit the share button on your listing, it pushes it back up to the top of the search results. So sharing over and over is super helpful and is the only really good way that you can ensure that you make more sales. So sharing equals sales, but sharing on your computer is so much more efficient than sharing on your phone. It is just so much less time to share on your computer than your phone. Let me show you guys. So I have my closet here pulled up. I'm gonna just show you like how long it takes to share things from your phone. It is just absolutely ridiculous. So here we go. I'm just gonna go in here and push that, and then we have this screen, and then you have to wait for it to go. So it's not like super time consuming, but I'm gonna show you how easy it is on the computer, and it's just gonna be so much easier. These little arrows is the share button, and last one, I'm just gonna share that. It's just you have to wait for the little thing to go before you can click anything, and so that takes time, and honestly, it doesn't seem like that long. If you're doing it for like 200, 300 items in your closet, it is very time consuming. It adds up really quickly, but I think I'm gonna show you like a screen grab of me doing it on my computer actually, and I hope you can just see the difference, because even a few seconds on each listing, when you have 500 listings, it's gonna add up to like almost like 15 minutes extra of time just waiting so that you can hit the next share button. It is so time consuming and it is so much easier to share on your computer, so make sure you hit up your computer, your laptop, your desktop. If you don't have a laptop, go use your public library. Like, you gotta get on with a mouse. That is the best way to share your closet. Tip number 2 is to relist items that are not getting any traction. So if you have a really cute item and you have no idea why nobody's liking it, or it's been sitting for a very long time, or even if it's not the cutest item in the world, but you think that maybe we should have bought it by now, then I would honestly go in and relist the item. So this is pretty easy. So I just went into my most recent listing, which is this really cool Eagles jacket. But if you want to go and relist it, I just hit edit, and then at the very bottom, there is this option called copy listing. So if you hit copy listing, it'll give you one more chance to say you don't want to actually do this, But you can create the exact same listing again. It'll just say copy at the front. And this will again make it more recent. I'll push it up to the top of the search results. So honestly, I've seen a lot of people have really good results with relisting items. Somehow it just really helps them to get their items moving. And then you just go back and you delete both items. Or you can just leave up the copy. There's so many different ways to do it, and so many people do it so many different ways. If you think that you should have sold something by now, it's only a couple clicks, and it's so worth it to just go in, make another copy, and that also doubles your chances of somebody seeing that listing. So relisting can be a huge thing that will help you be more efficient, especially if something's just been sitting there for 6 months, a year, then just hitting a few buttons can really make you more efficient in selling that item. Tip number 3 is to take the best possible pictures of your items and to do it right the first time. If you think that you can do better with your pictures, if you're scrolling through, you're sharing your closet and you realize, wow, this picture is not my best work, then it is so worth it to go back and retake a picture. If you can find your items easily enough and you can easily retake pictures, then you should, because the picture is really the gateway to your sale. You have to have a good photo in order to make good sales. I like to go, and I do a lot of flat lays. I know a lot of people do hanging. There's so many different options on how to take pictures. I do flat lays and I try to make them look as good as possible, and then I will go and edit the very first picture that I'm going to use as my cover shot in the photo room app. So I'll put that photo room app, a little picture of it up here on the screen, but it is a free app and it just is so easy to use. When you go into the app, you just pick one picture and it will white out the whole background for you, and then you just hit save. It is so simple, so easy. I went through and I re-updated my entire closet to have it because it is so easy to use and it makes your pictures look so much better. If you're scrolling through somebody's closet and they just have lots of different backgrounds and different colors, like, it's just really distracting. But if you have a white background for all of your pictures, it looks so much better. I have some examples here that I'm going to put up on the screen of some people. I'm not shaming them at all, but these pictures are not the best pictures to show you how good an item is. So we have this picture right here. This is like a sideways sweatshirt kind of thing on a brown wood floor. So it's not like the best picture in the world. And this is a pair of like pants, I think. And again, like, that's not a great way to show pants. You've never seen a pants laid out like this on an actual like website for an actual brand, because it's a really unflattering way to take a picture of pants. But on the other hand, if you have somebody that's really good at showing off their clothes and has like a nice background, it could look something like this. Or, in my opinion, the very easiest way to make your pictures look really good, the very best way to make your listings look really good and keep it very efficient, is to just find stock photos. If your item is in great condition or in good condition, or just not like completely terrible, or if it's a really hard piece to take a picture of, like a maxi dress or something like that, then I would totally suggest finding stock photos. And sometimes that's as easy as just going online, Googling, and you can usually find the pieces that you have. As long as they're not super vintage. Vintage items are a different story. But for more recent pieces, if you go on and you just Google very simply like what things look like, you can usually find the stock photo. You type in their brand, you type in the style, you type in the colors, and you can generally find a stock photo for things. So if you can do that, that really does make your life so much easier, because people are used to seeing stock photos. People are used to seeing things laid out with white in the background. People are used to that. They're not used to seeing things kind of in weird places or with different colors. And then you want to make sure too, when you're taking photos, take them right the first time. If they don't look great, wait for a different day to take them. If you're taking them because of the natural light coming through your window and the light isn't great that day, then it's worth it to just wait. It'll be much more efficient to get better pictures the first time than it will be to have to go back and retake them and retake them and retake them until they look okay. So I would definitely suggest making sure you take pictures at a good time of day, and you want to make sure you get them right the first time so you don't have to waste your time over and over again. But even that being said, it is much more worth it to go back and take pictures if your pictures do not look good. So that is tip number 3. Tip number 4 is to create a pre-made template for your listing. Obviously, you're going to need to curate your listings, like the actual description that you write about the piece, to each item that you've found, because each item is different. But I'm talking more about sometimes things can follow a set pattern. So for my listings, I usually start by describing what it looks like, what are the cute features, what are the unique features about it. So I'll say, this is a really cute sweatshirt. It is so fluffy and luxe. It is made with this fabric. It has 3/4 length sleeves. It is this and this and this. It's got a great pink color scheme. I'll try to throw in as many keywords. I'll throw in the brand over and over. And then for my kind of pre-made template, at the very end of every one of my listings, if they are in good condition, if they don't have flaws, I will say, gently used, no flaws, in good condition, in great condition, in excellent condition, something like that. And that always works well for me because you want to make sure that people know that there aren't flaws, that there's nothing wrong with the piece. You want to make sure that they know it's in good condition. So that's sort of the template that I follow, and it makes my life a lot easier in that when I'm going to list something, I know I'm going to say what the thing is like, and then I'm going to say no flaws, gently used, in good condition. It's gotten to the point now where I'm typing things for my other job, where I'm doing like social media, and I'll go no flaws, gently used, in good condition for a random post. I'm like, what am I doing? It's not even clothing. But that's what works for me. If it works better for you to just have something that you copy and paste into each of your listings, that can be easy too. It's just really curated to who you are as a brand, who you are as a Poshmark closet, what you like to say in your listings. But I have to say, in my opinion, giving them a lot of information up front is better than not. I would definitely make your description as long as possible on the front end. You give them all the details, you give them everything that they could possibly want to know up front, and then you don't have to worry about it later on. If you are very upfront with everything wrong with it, if you're upfront with everything good about the piece in the beginning, then you don't have to waste time later on. So that will definitely make you more efficient. Tip number 5 kind of goes with tip number 4, and this is something I'm so guilty of. I do not do this all the time, but it is a great tip if you are able to do it and it doesn't drive you crazy. Tip number 5 is to measure all of your listings as you are taking pictures of them. So I am so guilty of this. I never take measurements. I just don't like doing it. I can't handle it. I don't know. There's something about taking measurements that just is really irksome to me. Maybe it's just because when I am shopping, there's not a single time I look at measurements. I don't get the whole like, oh, I know my exact measurements and I will buy if I have all the measurements. Because almost always if somebody asks me for measurements, they never buy anything. It's just so frustrating. Is that just me? It can't just be me. You guys have said it's not just me. It's you too, right? But to create less stress throughout the whole process of selling something, if you already have your piece out and you're taking pictures of it, then it is the easiest time to take measurements of your item and include them in the actual listing description. That is a super easy way to create less stress for you in the long run. I don't do it. I should do it. I know I should do it. I'm preaching to myself too. And it's super easy too if you have an iPhone. I think a lot of people do. There is an app on your iPhone called Measure. It comes with each iPhone, and with that you can literally just hold up your phone and just let it scan the environment, and then you can measure with your phone. So if you're already taking pictures on your phone, which is what we do, then you can also take measurements with your phone and just write them down or just put them directly into a listing for that piece. So it is super easy. It's just, I don't know why. It's just so hard for me to do it, I guess. It will make you more efficient because I guarantee you if you don't put measurements in your listings, people will ask for them. It doesn't happen on every listing, but some people will ask for measurements. It's usually coming for pieces that are vintage or pieces that are outside of somebody's normal buying brands. If you know your sizes really well for a brand, like I know my sizes really well for Madewell, I know what's gonna fit me and what's not, then it won't matter. But for some brands, it does help. That is tip number 5. I just realized too, I actually put up all of the pieces behind me on my clothing rack to show in my next thrift haul. So if you are interested in knowing what all these pieces are, I got them at the Goodwill bins, and you'll see them coming out this coming Thursday. So stay tuned for that. But that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed these 5 tips to help you be a more efficient Poshmark seller. And I know I'm guilty of not doing all of them, but they are great tips if you want to get started. If you want to create new, better habits for your Poshmark listings this year, then this is a good way to start out. It's good to be efficient in your listing because we've all been there where it's just been a chore and it's not something you want to do. But if you can make yourself as streamlined as possible in your process, then it will be so much easier for you in the long run. So I hope you guys enjoyed these 5 tips. I'm so grateful to have you guys here on my page. If you are interested in checking out my Poshmark closet, I have it listed in the description down below. And if you want to use that code to sign up for Poshmark, then here it is right here on the screen. I am so thankful for each and every one of you guys. I love having you guys here on my YouTube channel. You guys are absolutely the best, and I am so close to hitting 1,000 subscribers, so I'm very excited because I will finally be monetized. 8 months of filming videos 3 times a week and I've not made a penny from it, so I'm super excited to start actually being a YouTuber. I'm just so excited. So if you guys are new here and you like today's video, then make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you like today's video, then also give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Tell me what your guys' best tip is for Poshmark, or if any of these tips have helped you guys with your Poshmark closet, or if you are just a buyer, anything that you see in Poshmark closets that you like to see, put that in the comments down below. Let's help people do better with their Poshmarks and to be better sellers. We all need help. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. And until the next video, bye.